All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. Got some grand arenas we're going to play tonight. Going to play on that Loquitur account. Had a huge jump in galactic power, up to 10.58 million galactic power in 1 week. 150,000 in a week. That's crazy. Also realized today that my video didn't publish when I wanted it to publish. Ugh. Clicked the wrong thing, so I'm a little late with my update this week, but it should be public now. Y'all should be able to see my update now. Eric says he's representing Sweden. Nice. Eric with a K. Sweden, holy cow, it's like midnight over there, 1 o'clock or something. It's late in Sweden. It's gotta be. Are you still up or are you up early for the next day? Sweden, it's crazy. Welcome, welcome. All right. Lightsaber screen indicates how you're supposed to use that object, right? Take your lightsaber, put it through the like button. I also got to know, guys, what do you think of my cover? Oh man, I struggle sometimes to figure out what to put on these covers and like come up with some clever little art thing to think about or put on there. And it takes me a lot more time than it should. And sometimes it's pretty annoying because I have writer's block and I'm just kind of sitting there staring at a screen going, Jedi, spaceship, like what kind of Star Wars picture could I make that I haven't already done? So today is the Poro with a lightsaber. Because I was really low on ideas. I couldn't think of anything else, so I thought maybe somewhere in this wide galaxy there would be a lightsaber wielding Poro. Or a PORG. I'm sorry, Poros are from League of Legends. Porgs are from Star Wars. My bad, I said the wrong thing. I got 3 out of the 4 letters right, though. Yeah, Porgs. Eric says it's 1 a.m. University students can sleep whenever. Man, I have such bad sleep habits. It's something I'm trying to fix here late in my life, but man, I didn't sleep much either when I was in college. There was always things to do. Places to go, people to see, studying to do. I worked 3 jobs when I was in college. I had a job at the Learning Center tutoring other students. I had a job at the radio station there in town, working late night radio. That wasn't every night. It was just some nights throughout the week. I kind of shared a show with a bunch of other guys that we rotated through. And then I had a job on the weekends. So, yeah, between all my work and studying, I got no sleep. College was like it was pretty bad for me. Actually, I had this, I had a really bad experience my junior year. I'd been taking overload credits and doing, a bunch of classes. I was working on a double degree, not a double major, but I was working on it in a way where I would have gotten a chemistry degree and a chemical engineering degree both at the same time, a double degree. And like I said, just working and studying all the time. And I'll explain the story backwards. So I woke up Saturday morning at noon at a truck stop along the interstate, and the last thing I remembered is from about 3 o'clock the prior day. But somehow I got done with my lab in the afternoon. I went back to my room, I packed up some laundry, and I headed to my parents' house. And about halfway there, I must have pulled into the rest station and went to sleep. But I blacked out for like 20 hours straight. Slept in my car. I'm surprised I didn't have a cop knocking on the window or something. But that was crazy. That was like, I don't remember anything. That was scary. That was the moment where I said, okay, maybe I need to maybe I need to rethink this plan a little bit. So yeah, there you go. A free Loquitur story here at the start. Well, why not? Says if Rey can wield a lightsaber, then so can Porg. Dank Ideas says, you watching Skeleton Crew? I watched the first couple episodes, kind of in the background. I've got so much stuff going on right now. I'm like working on some real estate stuff. I'm getting back into doing stock investing, and I've got like a bunch of balls in the air. So earlier this week, I put it on, but I only paid attention to it like 10%. It was kind of playing in the background, and I'll have to rewatch it. Probably my family will want to rewatch it, my wife and kids, so I'll rewatch it with them. But I just kind of put it on to see if it hooked me, and it was okay. I mean, it looks more like trying to get a new generation into Star Wars. It looked like it was made for a younger audience, or at least that's how it seemed to me. Swgoh Gameplay says, how you doing? Nice to catch you live. Jar Jar Binks is in the house. Hey, Jar Jar. Man, Jar Jar, what'd you think of that adventure on Monday night? That was crazy. That was one of our best sessions so far, I thought, with the D&D stuff. Man, that was intense. That was crazy. Typing is painful. Oh. Typing's painful at the moment? Well, I hope you're okay, Jar Jar. Well, why not? Yeah, okay. Eric says, nice. Eric says, streams to watch. Luckily, Sweden has free tuition and generous loans, so you don't need to have a job on the side unless you want to. JQ says, sleep. I remember going to bed and waking up at 11 a.m. Now, 5:45, no matter what. No matter what my crash time, no matter the day. Deck says, it's not half bad. The Skeleton Crew? Nice. I don't know if that's because I had such a low opinion about the past few releases, but I think it's decent. Didn't Lucas himself say he wanted to transition Star Wars from adult to more of a children's audience? Children's audience is where the money is. So Lucas was a brilliant person of business, right? And he was really a pioneer blazing the way in merchandising, selling t-shirts and toys. And I mean, if you look at how much Star Wars kids toys made, good gravy. When I was a kid, I wanted everything, right? Like, I grew up on a farm in the middle of nowhere with no money, but I would save up my money and buy Star Wars stuff. I couldn't get a lot of the Star Wars stuff, so I've told this story before, but I actually painted a bunch of my Lego blocks. The Royal Guards, the guys in the red capes, they were so iconic that like I cut out little red capes out of cloth, and I painted my guys red, and I had to have a couple of Royal Guards for my Emperor Palpatine. I painted his face silver, and I don't know. It was I made my own Star Wars characters. So yeah, marketing Star Wars to a younger audience is brilliant from the standpoint of merchandising, and those kids will all then grow up wanting to watch all the other Star Wars content that came before. So whether or not you want to do it as like the principle of the franchise, it's a good marketing strategy to get back to a children's audience with a bunch of content like once every 10-15 years to make sure that the next generation has their Star Wars too. So yeah, I don't know if that was like his idea that Star Wars was actually like a kid themed concept, but as a business strategy, it's brilliant. It's always made for kids. Nah, I think the first movies, he was just feeling his way through it. There was definitely adult themes in there. I think Empire was definitely, and maybe that's why people like Empire so much. That was a very sort of mature plot line. And then I think with Return of the Jedi, and especially the prequels were really made for kids. I think that was definitely intended for a younger audience. So, yeah, most of the Star Wars content, the Clone Wars, all that stuff was targeted at a younger audience. There's been a lot of it that's been, let's say, appropriate for a young audience. I would agree with that. Jar Jar says it was amazing, though, plus the soundtracks. You like those songs? Man, I was so nervous. I thought people were going to hate the songs. Like, for anybody who doesn't know, I play D&D on Monday nights, and I started messing around with this music generator to make background music for the channel. And then I started messing around with putting lyrics in the music, and I made songs about the D&D characters that we play on Monday nights. So I thought, oh God, these are stupid. Like, people are going to hate them. But no, I got a lot of comments that people like the songs, so that's fun. JQ says that's why he forbade Mel Brooks from doing Spaceballs merch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it would have interfered with Star Wars stuff. Eric says I used to paint my minifigures as well. Nice. Nice. Mindy says, I'm bored, Uncle John. We have a winter storm warning. It affects snow, winds 35 plus. This place is bad. Watching Naked and Afraid, rooting for people to get hurt. That's how bored I am. That's dark. That's dark. Oh, man. Yeah, we won't root for people to get hurt. Safety first, right? No one hurt in the making of these films. George, in an interview himself, said it was made for kids about morality. The parallel he draws to the Vietnam War surely was meant for the older audience. No, he definitely pulled from a whole lot of religious stuff for Luke. Like in the original series, that was definitely religious themed, but not like specifically for, one type of religion, but more of a like mysticality, like the Force is what they worship, right? So he sort of made all kinds of analogies for religion. But it is one of the ideas that he presents that I like, and I still like to this day, is that the idea of good and evil don't have to be explained. Like, you don't have to explain to a person the difference between good and evil. Like, it's something, and they've done studies on this, like people generally inherently know, unless you're a sociopath, unless you really don't have the connection to other human beings like most people do, people have this innate sense of what's good and what's evil. And he definitely, plays into that with the morality of Star Wars. Yeah, interesting. Boris Balkan says, good luck. The dude wants to wrestle a crocodile, and I'm rooting for the croc. All right, well, tell me how it works out. Tell me if the croc wins. All right, we got some GAC to play. I'm over here babbling, and it's probably about time to play some grand arenas. We're fighting Benja Chacon tonight. I like that one interview where he explicitly says that the Empire symbolizes the U.S. and Vietnam, and the rebels, the Viet Cong. Yeah, it's definitely more, let's say that analogy was more apparent when that conflict was fresh in people's minds, right? Yeah. Definitely, what is it, like 50 years later? Certainly not as current in people's minds as it was then. It's interesting how we look back at these things, right? Like, when I was young, when I was in school, the Vietnam War was still fully justified. And like anybody that was against the Vietnam War was like wrong. And I think after, time has passed, most people look back at that as a big mistake, or at least something that should have been done differently. Certainly. whether our involvement over there was justified or not, it's certainly something that should have been done differently. Croc outsmarted him. The dude that lost his gator, arm to a gator, is something else on the Florida Man. Yeah. All right, so let's check out Benja Chacon here. He's a noble. Halcyon Milenario. I'm assuming that's Halcyon. What does Halcyon mean? Like revered or something? It occurs to me that I don't actually know what Halcyon means. The definition of Halcyon. Denoting a period of time in the past that was idyllically happy and peaceful. The Halcyon days when profits were soaring. Okay. All right. The Halcyon is those times that we remember as better than they were. like like hairdos in the 1980s. You know, some of us remember that as better than it was. Halcyon like the drug? I don't know about no drugs. Well, why not? Says, for me growing up, the Empire gave me more Nazi Germany vibes and Rebels gave me more Allied Forces vibes. I was born after the originals came out and grew up with the prequels. But in the end, regardless of where he drew the analogy from, it's simply... So man... I don't want to go off the deep end here and start talking philosophy, but I took something very deep away from Star Wars. Let's say that there's two sides and they can't agree. The start is where the two sides are talking, right? And when that fails, they start fighting. And in a fight, there's this interesting thing where the person with the most money is ahead, starting out, right? But if what they stand for is the wrong idea, it doesn't matter. Even though they start out with the money and the ability to influence and buy soldiers or whatever it is, given a long enough timeline, if they stand for the wrong thing, they should lose, right? And the Empire always felt to me like an example of that, where even though this guy consolidated all the power and took over the government and ruled the whole galaxy, what he was doing was wrong, and eventually that's doomed to fail. Eventually people aren't going to stand for it. And regardless of how much money and power and spaceships you have, somebody somewhere will eventually rise up and overthrow that. So, I mean, that's kind of the morality that I took away from it. And another interesting thing, you know, have you ever thought about this? Like, you're watching Luke Skywalker and you think to yourself, why him? Like, how does he get to be the hero? Right? Like, why didn't fate or the Force or something pick somebody else? Like why Luke? So the funny thing is, I remember being a kid, probably, I don't know, let's say in my early teens, 12, something like that. And I started thinking about this, like, why is the story about him? Why is it not about somebody else? And I kind of landed on this idea of, okay, the story could be about anybody, but we're watching the guy who it is about, right? It's funny how engineering logic works. Like, you have to create a logic for why the main character is the main character. It's bad. It's bad being in here. You don't want to be in here. I'm not from the U.S., but I did an online, would you have been drafted for Vietnam, and ran my dad's birthday, and he would have been. That's chilling, says JQ. Yeah, my wife's father is a vet, you know, and he's shared some stuff with me that's not fantastic, you know. It's something that we all should have a hell of a lot of respect for the people that were over there and had to do the fighting and had their feet on the ground, you know. It's really not a thing most people got through very well. So, you know, I have an immense amount of respect for the veterans. All right, we're really going to get into this Grand Arena now. 11.4 million. galactic power here. 7 in characters, 4-3 in ships. Galactic War Battles won 32,000 Galactic War Battles won. So that puts him 7.5 years, going on 8 years. Nice. Long-term player. Ships, for that many ships, I think he's missing something, right? Okay, so we don't see Leviathan. We got Executor, Profundity, but the Leviathan is not present. 8 Galactic Legends across the top. Okay, so he skipped 1 ship, but he got all the Galactic Legends. So basically, he did Lord Vader instead of Leviathan. We've seen so many accounts that are with Leviathan and without Lord Vader, right? So he took the Lord Vader route, skipped Leviathan. He's got Bo-Katan at Relic 8. All the usual suspects in here. The accounts that we see that are this high, I mean, the only thing we're looking for is to see if they have Gungans, which he does. He's got the Bo-Katan. Let's look and see for his remnant if he's got any of the newest stuff done. He's got Night Trooper, Peridia at Relic 3 already. Enoch at Relic 1. Alright, so he's got most of the new stuff. Zoinks! So yeah, we're definitely at a disadvantage here in this one, friends. But he's missing... There's something else that's missing, because he's only got 11 million galactic power, right? He's only like a million further along than Loquitur. But I'm kind of not seeing some of the stuff that I would expect to see. Anyway, so Leviathan is the only thing I can spot, but maybe there's some other stuff that he's missing. Anyway, he's got most of it. Let's look at speed real quick. Commander Ahsoka Tano, fastest non-GL character, 353. Luthen, second fastest character at 344. Zoinks, that's a heck of a commitment to Luthen. His Luthen doesn't have stuff, though. He's got 1 Zeta. Doesn't have Omicrons on him yet. Oh, Great Mothers. No. I don't want it. I don't want to deal with Great Mothers. Okay, fine. Let's go down a couple layers here. Still over 300. Okay, so he's got a lot of good mods. We're not going to have too much of an advantage on speed. Let's get in there and take a look at what he threw down. We've got a Dash Rendar team here. It's, it's got the usual suspects in it. What is this? Veteran Smuggler Chewie, okay. So he's got the Vandor, the Veteran Smuggler, and the Hondo Onaka level 9 Datacron. Alright. So we got to deal with that. I don't feel like that's going to be too scary. Come on, thing. It's not letting me click on what I want to click on. We've got a Keller and Beck team here. We've got this Queen Amidala team with another Padme in the team. And the level 9 Datacron. And then we've got Plocron with the JMK. So Bane has to beat this for me. Right? Bane is our out there. And then because of those Great Mothers, I'm kind of scared to use Night Sisters. I guess I could use a Night Sister team with no Daka in it. Right? We can save Daka and Zombie to go... Oh, we need Marin for that team though too, right? So if he has the Great Moms on the back wall, that might mean trouble for us. How else can we beat Jabba? We don't have an Afra. We don't have... I can't use SLKR on that team because that's what I need for the back wall. We'll have to use Jedi Master Luke against the Rey team. What else could I use on Jabba? If I use Sith Eternal on Jabba, that's a 2-shot, right? With Sith Eternal, we can fry Leia and Chrysanthemum. Probably get Embo and Lando on the next ult. And then we just can't kill Jabba, right? So what we could do, we could kill Jabba with, we could two-shot Jabba and save Night Sisters for the back wall. All right. Eric says off topic, but what would you apply? What order would you apply the Jabba Zetas? They're just unlocked, but very dry on his Zeta materials. I think his leadership is kind of a must-have. And then the passive for Galactic Legend gives a ton of hit points. And his passive, I think he would go leadership, his second passive, and then his Galactic Legend passive, and then finish out with the rest of his skills. I think that's what you would want to do. I don't remember if his basic is critical. Is his basic? I don't remember exactly what the critical does, or what the basic does for his, what the Zeta does for his basic. But yeah, I would go leadership, passive, Galactic Legend. Okay, and then we've got this Luthen team. It's a Saw Gerrera version of the Luthen team. This isn't a Mon Mothma version. And I have not fought Saw Gerrera Luthen. So what I'm thinking is that we'll use Sith Triumvirate here. Let's start out with a couple battles that are just, you know, no question what we're going to do, right? We're going to use Bo-Katan against the Gungans. And then we're going to use Bane against Queen Amidala. So let's just try to get those battles done and out of the way. Alright. This gives evasion and lifesteal. This gives tenacity up. I think I like this. It's got a lot of crit damage on it, some tenacity. We'll use that one. I saw with great interest that Balin's team can counter Queen Amidala. Gonna try it later. Nice, JQ, if you got Balin. I believe that I can make a Luthen, a Mon Mothma Luthen team that will challenge Queen Amidala. I think it'll be a two-shot. I think the team will be a two-shot, but I think there's a sequence where if you get the team timed out right, the Mon Mothma Luthen team can just straight up snipe Queen Amidala out in one hit. If it works, so I have to figure out like how to pull them out of stealth and get the timing right on all the characters that I would bring with the team. But basically snipe out the queen, and then it doesn't matter. I mean, if I fail the rest of the combat, then I'll come in with gas or something else and clean it up on a second. But if I can get two like cheap teams and start doing two shots on Queen Amidala, that's going to free other things up for offense or defense potentially. So, yeah. Ewoks versus Jabba. They may be better for Gungans. Ewoks for Gungans. I just looked at GAC the other day. I looked at GAC counters for Gungans, and I did not see Ewoks anywhere in there. Watch the healer. If Ewoks work against Gungans, I haven't seen that tech yet. Or it's something new that people are using that I'm not aware of. Okay. Got no choice on who to attack or what we're going to click. We're stuck on basics against Jar Jar. Okay. Let's go in. Oh, that's a lot of hits on that generator. Dang, guys. They went crazy on that generator. Nice. Okay. And then we would like to see if we can kill Jar Jar, but who knows? Gungan's doing tons of damage. Psh, man, that sequence is always like... The fact that Gungan's just like straight up one-shot one of my... It happens every battle. It usually happens to our little Bo-Katan. Our old school Bo-Katan, right? She's usually the one that dies from this. But yeah, they always seem to get a kill against me. We'll target the phalanx for these birds. That worked out nicely. Get Tarpals out of here. Put everybody on fire. And then this, I don't know, just put it in auto and let them try to recover some hit points on their own, I guess. Seems fair. Okay. That one's good. Let's go try this Queen Amidala fight. If this doesn't work out, then I've really got my work cut out for me. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Because I have to have a win here, and I also have to have a win against the JMK team. So I need to use JMK in the mirror match, which means I really need Bane to win here. I've had success with this Datacron that just has a bunch of defense on it, but I do have some new Datacrons. This has some health, crit chance, potency. This one has a ton of armor penetration. Crit damage, crit avoidance, tenacity. This one has a bunch of defense and armor penetration. That's a different one than the one I usually use. This is the one I usually use. It's got a ton of tenacity and defense. But this one has an equal amount of defense and a bunch of armor penetration. I think I'm going to try that one. We don't get a dark side bonus off of it, but I'm not too worried about getting a dark side bonus. I don't have tanks to revive. The 15% health isn't that big of a deal off of that Datacron, so... Yeah, because we're only getting one 15%, right? Alright, here we go. Come on, Bane. Scribe did it earlier. Swgoh says Scribe used Phoenix. Okay. So the first hit did nothing. The Galactic Republic scum didn't even notice I was swinging at him. Okay. Alright. Do your thing. Does anybody come out of stealth? I gotta use this. Holy cats and rabbits. Apparently they had enough buffs on, or they fixed that thing where Bane wasn't properly removing. Something happened there. That was far more damage than I usually do with that hit. Oh, the foresight. There's some goofy interaction with foresight there, isn't there? Maybe that's what's different. Because they didn't have foresight. Maybe they die if they don't have foresight. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch that. That was... whatever happened there was good. Thumbs up. Good stuff. We like that. Okay. So we might want to save some Jedi for this team. Or just two-shot it somehow. Alright, we'll worry about that after we get through the front wall here. There's still a question about what to do with this Jabba. I think we're going to do the Sith Eternal Emperor trick. I just don't want Great Mothers on the back wall and me to have nothing. You know what? Let's go look. Let's go see if this player has Morgan Elspeth relict. If he doesn't have Elspeth relict, he does relic 3. That team's got to be on the back wall, right? I mean, if you had a Great Mothers team, you would put it on the back wall behind all this stuff, wouldn't you? Question mark. Oh boy, I feel like if we don't do this, we're just walking into a trap. So we're going to try to two-shot it. We're going to take the Armorer in Armo. And then we will take one random Sith to waste more time. Probably Malgus, because we're not putting him in a team right now. Otherwise, add a Datacron. That 15% would go a long way here. So let's try. Dark side 15%. Now we lose a bunch of stuff because the Relic 1 Armorer. So let's just dumb it down all the way down here to a level 3 Datacron or so. Find a 15% dark side. 15% dark side. 15% turn meter. Wow. Wow, level 8 is the lowest we've got on that. Holy cow. It's potency, crit damage that we're giving up, health protection, unaligned force user, cront, whatever. I want that max health and protection. Right. I'm baffled by Bane's effectiveness. He either explodes the other team or waffles ineffectively. Swgoh says, I'm getting a hold every GAC with the Radis team. The level 6 for Road 1 is really good. Yeah. My Radis team is getting... I don't have a tank for my Radis team. That's the problem. I need to get a tank. I need to do... you know, like K2SO or the Scarif Rebel or something like that for that team. Because right now, with no tank, I feel like it's a much weaker version of that team. So yeah, we'll have to get a tank for that team at some point. Yeah, I agree with you on Bane's effectiveness. It's like sometimes he's just insane. He goes off and the enemy just dies, and like it's fantastic. And there's other times where, like you said, he's just swinging for turn after turn, and it really doesn't feel like he's doing any damage. To me, it seems like there's something in that interaction where he's using the ability that removes all their buffs. So he's supposed to remove their buffs twice and then attack, but I've seen it before where I am certain that he's either A, only removing one set of buffs once, like having foresight means that like he removes the buff once, he hits the foresight, then he attacks and does very little damage and then removes the buffs. So it feels to me like the attack comes in between or something. The mechanics there don't seem consistent. And again, maybe I just don't understand something about his ability. And if somebody in the chat can explain why that difference is. But I've definitely seen when I do that ability where he's supposed to remove buffs twice and then hit. That's not always how it works. And I see dodges all over the place. If they have foresight, 100%, that ability should remove the foresight and all the buffs and then hit for damage. And even if the foresight does something to prevent that initial removal, that should prevent the first instance, and then the second time he removes buffs, it works. So I don't know. Swgoh says, I have K2SO with his Datacron, but it's mostly level 6 on the Datacron that does the work. Yeah, but you have to have a taunt to get in the way. If you don't, because my team doesn't have a taunt at all, which means that they can just target Radis freely. Like, without a taunt to get in the way, they just target Radis and they can stay on him the whole time until he dies. So you have to have something to kind of get in the way. Even if they can remove the taunt, it still allows you to, to potentially keep Radis alive and maybe surprise the enemy team. I don't actually want to do damage here. I'm afraid I'm going to come too close to killing these guys. So we're just going to redo the link up. We'll take another hit from this Rancor. Kill a couple more guys. And then we'll just put this on auto and we'll let it time out against Jabba. I understand that I'm not going to kill him, but that's fine by me. My Bane is lost to the Relic 7 teams and won against Relic 9 teams. It's baffling. Swgoh says the abilities bug. Arnold has mentioned that a million times that it should get rid of Foresight first and then hit. But CG said it's working as intended. What Swgoh Gameplay just said was the main observation of Arnold's day one testing, and CG never addressed it. Yeah, it's but like the thing is, it doesn't seem like it fails all the time. It seems like it works sometimes and doesn't work other times, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just a Foresight interaction. But in that battle against the Padme team, I just like wrecked 3 of their characters in one hit from Bane. That was crazy. I think I killed Yoda and Queen and whoever else was in that team, whoever the 5th, Padme was the 5th in that team, and just left the 2 Jedi up. So, yeah, that was a good run. I'll just have to pay more attention to the Foresight against that Queen Amidala team in the future and try to time my abilities and see what I can get done. Or maybe the secret was that Datacron, because that's the other thing. I mean, that Datacron had a ton of armor penetration on it. Well, I mean, some armor penetration, like 60% or something. So maybe that was the difference. Maybe that armor penetration really put it over the top. We will select that Datacron again in the future. And welcome, Kyber, by the way. Nice to see you in here, man. Kyber Soze. All right, let's use Imperial Troopers to try to clean this up. Trooper time. I can pick my team and then just kick Watt off of it, right? Okay. Never mind. Where's my trooper team? There it is. Okay. Don't want him either. All right. Troopers. What are we putting on this team these days? Seems like this. And then we've got a remnant team separately. We've got this Datacron for Dark Trooper. One of the worst Datacrons ever made. Gets benefits off of critical hits when there's only one way for him to get critical hits. I love Dark Trooper so much. I just wanted his Datacron to be really good. I wanted troopers to be like Bane. Just for one round of GAC to have these troopers come back and be insanely strong. All right, here we go. Let's activate our critical hits. But that's probably why they couldn't do it. Somebody said, hey, let's make a Datacron for Dark Trooper, and everybody went, no, we can't make the troopers any better. We just finally got them under control. Maybe that's what it was. That's the scenario I'm going to use in my mind of exactly what happened. All right, so here's what we're going to do with the Jedi. We're going to leave out Luke. we're going to bring in, yes, Cal Kestis, no Jedi Knight Luke. And we're going to save Jedi Knight Luke to make a team that's going to play later against the... I have to save a Jedi team back. I don't want to do that because if I drop this battle against Rey, I don't know how I'm going to clean it up. I don't have a lot of good tools in my toolbox. If I leave Rey, Ben both up, that's a hard cleanup for my account. What with having the other resources all committed. SLKR, I don't want to use him till I see the back wall. We can try to make this better by using the Shock T-Cron. And let's put Yoda in here. He's bad against surviving ults, though. So maybe not. Shock T, we can use a Shock T-Cron. And then I just need another durable Jedi. This should leave me Luke, Bastila, Revan, and then a couple more. Then I could take that in against the Qui-Gon team. Qui-Gon Datacron. What am I doing? That's a big mistake. How did I pick Kenobi there instead of Luke? Wrong guy in a hood. Yikes. Kyber says I'm never around for live stream much anymore. Well, that's okay. It's good to see you in here, man. Also, there's quite a few people in here who have chosen not to use the like saber. Here's a little diagram of what that looks like. You know, give that a swish and a flick and carve up that like button. I certainly would appreciate it. Okay, let's get in here. So, share the stuns, kill the Cal Kestis, go from there. That's how this has to work. Okay. Go to work on Cal. And we're just going to stick with that theme. We will do normal abilities on little Cal, but that's it. Wow! Okay. That's a surprise. I did not expect Cal to die that quickly. He usually doesn't. Okay. Let's try to clean him up. Get the days off so that we can start giving stuff back to him. Okay. Shock T. Yeah. Oh, I guess we can still swap. It doesn't do us much good, but we can still swap, right? We can keep working ourselves toward the alt. We'll do this over on Hermit. Hermes Yoda. We will give Cal boost. And then we'll just keep. Okay. She didn't kill anybody. That's good. The first ult is not usually that dangerous. That's fine. Man, this Bastila is going nowhere. Or Barasofi's going nowhere. She is. She's healing up faster than we can deal damage. So I tell you what we're going to do. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to work on Jedi training Rey. And then we're just going to go in on Barriss with the big overhand smash from Cal Kestis. Call it a day. Okay. I don't think we have to use this anymore if we don't want to, but fine. Come on, we need to hurry up. 2 minutes left. I think we're okay. I don't think anybody dies here. Well, maybe. Maybe we lose our Lumi. This should still work, right? We should still be able to get a yeet there. All right. Let's do a basic. Ray is taking forever. Come on, Ray. Yeah, we lost 2 with that. Second ult's always the dangerous one. And of course, third ult if they get to it. All right, we pushed her through damage immunity. So, oh dear. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Let's restore some health over here on Cal. Let's keep working on Ray. All right, this could do it. Nope, not enough. I thought she was close enough, but look at her building ult again, man. So fast. All right, 56 banners. That's fine. We were using a B tier team there. Let's use the Sith here. I feel like that should be good, right? We got a bunch of debuffs to deal with, a bunch of annoying stuff, but the Sith team here should generally be pretty good at dealing with that. Let's see if we've got another 15% max HondoCron. We do, but it's for Night Sisters. We're not going to be using this one anyway, probably. This is the one that we use for Jabba. So let's take that. Okay. And let's see how bad this Luthen team is with Mr. Guerrera. Tapping Baze on the shoulder here. One of the first online games that I played. Is anybody old enough to have played what they called MUD game? Multiple user domain or whatever, MUD. It was like the first version of, you know, online multiplayer, but it was just text-based stuff on the internet. I played this MUD game, and it was kind of a Dungeons & Dragons kind of game, and when you attacked things in the game, you would roll damage on it, and then depending on what your damage was, it would give you different text. So like the lowest hit point that you could do, like when you were a newbie character, you would go out and you'd attack a cow or something like that, and it would say you tickled cow in the stomach. And the second highest was you tapped cow on the shoulder. So it's funny how these things stick with us, because like all these years later, I just hit Baze Malbus and it didn't look like it did too much damage, and I immediately thought, I just tapped him on the shoulder. Didn't really hit him, just tapped him on the shoulder. Better hit would be like popped him in the center of the chest. Better hit than that would be like there was at the high end there were hits like you strike him with a bone crushing sound, or he gasps in pain as you hit him with a bone shattering noise. I mean, there was some pretty pretty violent stuff at the highest end. All right, so this seems easy. I mean, we had to kill the ad a bunch of times, but I don't know. That wasn't too bad. Probably like using a shotgun to kill a fly right there. Great Mother's on the back wall. Called it. I called it. Ha! You didn't fool me, opponent. I'm on to you, buddy. That's what I would have done. I mean, if I had great moms, I would put them on the back wall. Okay, so we saved our Night Sisters. We didn't throw them away foolishly against the Jabba. So we can put in them. And that was it, right? We just did 4 characters. And then I think we did a Night Sister Datacron, the Zombie-cron. I think that's the way we did it last time. Swgoh says the ability part of Rule 2, where it says these effects persist after Bane is defeated, doesn't work. Oh, so like if you put him in a Sith Eternal team? Kyber says, how long ago did you upgrade your background tunes? Oh, last week. I mean, it's only just last week that I started messing around with the music. Yep. Eric says, I know RuneScape started as a MUD. Multiple user dungeon, tail end. Says JQ. Yeah, I played MUDs. Man, I played the one, the MUD game that I played was called, I think, Roundtable. I think that's what it was called. And they had a thing in the game where if you played and you got certain items and you went to a certain level, like the guys who made the game were still playing the game. So you could actually like message the game creators, or they would message you. So they, had this little thing that said, they had this room that was full of these monks, and they were crazy. They would hit you like 4 times per monk, and there was 6 of them in the room. So the scroll rate was so fast, you would get hit 24 times, and then you would take your turn. And if you didn't have things keyed in, like insanely in advance, you would walk in the room, and the next thing you would get is like 3 pages of text, and your character was dead. They had a mechanic in the game where you could eat food to heal, and once you ate too much food, you would get full and you couldn't eat food anymore. So I made these macros in the game. You could program like a single key to be a bunch of different commands, right? So I made macros that I would walk into this room full of monks, pull out bread, eat it, pull it out, eat it, pull it out, eat it, pull it out. It wasn't like your attack action took your turn, but you could do these things in between your turns. And in a normal circumstance, you could kind of insert it wherever you wanted. With those monks, I would just go in and I would spam my macro 22 times and then leave the room. Okay. And even that wouldn't kill the monks. I would have to go back, restock, put 140 more bread in my bag, wait till I wasn't hungry anymore, and go back in and finish killing the monks. But I could kill them. I could actually kill them. And they ran a contest, and I think they didn't think anybody in the game could actually defeat that monster. So they ran a competition that said anybody who defeats the monks, they would actually build you a house in the game. And I was like, okay. And then 5 minutes later, I messaged him from the empty room with 6 monk corpses on the ground, and I said, okay, I beat him. I want my house now. So I actually had... My character's name was Ornon. I actually had the War Room of Ornon in the game. One of the rooms in the game was my war room. That was like... It's funny. I was so proud of that accomplishment. Like, that was such a big deal to me back when I was like 20. Once Bane is defeated, C kind of gets all kinds of debuffs. Yeah. No, I think that's exactly it. I think you're right. I think Bane is just so good that CG's like, we can't, no. We're not making Bane better. We're not going to make this guy any better. That is not going to happen. I could see the hand waving there. It's probably like Imperial Troopers. They're also not going to make the Troopers any better. All right, let's get in here. And last time, the deal was sweep first, ask questions later, right? Sweep first, ask questions later. Okay, so that was the deal. Okay. And then from there, it was just stab and slice Morgan until your victory screen comes up. I think that's kind of how it worked. Okay. Throw away a couple turns. SLKR's getting no turns here. Somehow his turn meter isn't working Or Night Sisters just get 300 turns on that turn meter. Okay. Chomby going down. Okay. Thing stuff, basic on SLKR, because I think that's all we can do next time he gets up. Alright. Then we'll just rinse and repeat. Not getting any critical hits here. Interesting. I wonder if, because of this counter, if there's like a really good reason now to put critical avoidance, like all the critical avoidance that you can get on Morgan Elspeth, and then people will have a hard time bringing up SLKR's ult because he can't get crits. Okay. Daka wants to heal, but she's got healing immunity on herself, which, you know, prevents that. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no, it's going wrong. It went... Oh, good gravy. That was sudden and final. I guess I had to go into the ult at 2 stacks right there. Yep. The accumulated Asajj. Well, I saved the tools for the job, but I did not get the job done. Out of everything that I have left, is there anything that has hope? Gas is really all we got. I don't think gas is going to do anything here, but we could throw a gas at that, potentially. Let's go back to the front, clear it off, see if we get ships. Ooh, he's playing. I see my opponent playing. Teams are tipping over. Oh, boy. So he beat my Queen team and my Inquisitors in one shot, no problem. His clear is going nice and smooth. Oh, I love that for him. Okay, Galactic Republic, let's go. We'll take Cat, we'll take more Relic 9 Snips. When I click her and she's Relic 9, I don't know, it makes me feel bad. Why is Snips Relic 9? Ugh. Some of these relic requirements. Padme team, I guess we can take Padme. Let's look for some kind of Galactic Republic thing. Protection. This has got a ton of protection. Crit damage. We could take this one. We could take that Datacron with gas. Try to get something done on that back wall. Let's see. Do we have any good stats here? 124% potency on that one. Yikes. This one's just got a bunch of stuff on it. We could take that. Bunch of tenacity. That's fine. No, it's not fine. We need the tank revive. Tank revive. Do we have a light side tank revive? I'm pretty sure we have a light side tank revive somewhere. Come on, where is it? 15% turn meter, evasion, stealth. Where my tank revive? I could swear we had a light side tank revive cron somewhere. I guess we must have used it for another team. Sweeks. Well, I guess we can at least take this one. Has some Jedi abilities. Man. Okay. Do we have another stun? Jedi stun one. Ufu's Damage immunity. Ufu stuff. No, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Okay, we'll just take this one, and I guess we have to live with Kenobi dying. Alright. We'll do a half ult and kill Cat right away against this Plocron. We'll plow him up. Alright, reset Cat. That gives me the half ult. And then we can do the half ult right away. Give Shen over to Ahsoka here. Just do basic. Cat, wasted time. 93% ult. Ugh. That feels that feels so inefficient. But I can't wait for 100. Ah, we got stunned. Now he got his full ult. We got multiple characters stunned. Okay. Stop it, Kenobi. Stop it. Padme's going down. Let's hope that we can get a turn on Cat here. This is crazy. If she gets stunned again, I think we'll actually lose the ult. We won't have high ground anymore. Okay. Wow. Wow. Alright, let's see if we can get Plo out. Oh man, damage immunity. Okay, I guess we got to work on Ahsoka. Pass this over to Kenobi again. I think we're going to lose this, y'all. That's going to be disappointing. Alright. Save Cat. We can't kill Ahsoka right now. Need to get into the ult here. Ugh. Dead. I guess I should have done the ult. There's a chance we could still like kill Ahsoka here. I don't think we'll win the matchup, but we might be able to kill little Ahsoka. And then I don't know. I don't know how we're going to clean this up. I don't know if we can clean it up. Plocron. Foresight on everybody. Plocron for the win. Yeah, that stun on Cat was just perfectly timed in that first round. There really wasn't much I could do there. Okay, well, not ideal. I think if I had my tank revive cron, if I saved that, we might have had a chance. Let's take gas in here. Got to clear the front wall. Got to worry about that before the back wall. Oh, Rex is in a different position now. All right, let's do this one. Tons of crit damage, protection. Let's see. I mean, I don't think I have much of a chance of cleaning this up, but with no Cat, you know, JMK with no Cat is at least not quite as bad, right? Okay. Let's keep on Plo. See if I can get him to Plo down a little bit. All right. Gas gonna sit. Not really a surprise. I think our out here is we've got to get to aerial advantage to get any kills, right? Okay. Let's just keep working on Plo here. They're back on the gas again. Back to damage immunity again. Gas is going to sit down again here shortly. I think that's a short joke. Why is Anakin shorter than these clones? Was he shorter than the clones in the movie? I thought the clones were all kind of short. Am I misremembering that? Alright, come on, Plo. He's just not taking damage like he wants to die there. Oh, come on, damage immunity, get off him. The sacrifice is in. And gas is back up. That's a good sign. Right? Okay. Let's see what we can get done here. Okay. Well, we're stuck on Plo now. That's inconvenient. Ability block forever. Ability block for 7.8 years. Stun again. Can't get an aerial advantage if you never get a turn. And then we get a turn, but he's got damage immunity on. And for whatever reason, Kenobi's not taunting. You gotta be kidding me with this Plo. Come on. Foresight. Come on. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna lose now. Wouldn't have mattered. I mean, we were gonna lose our Rex anyway. If Kenobi would have been taunting, we could have killed him in one of those turns somewhere. Man, like the sequence of getting stuns. Too good. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do. We are done here. We are finished. I'm going to quit there, guys. I'm going to let my opponent play. And, you know, maybe if he gets lazy about clearing, you know, passes me on banners and quits playing, then I can come in here tomorrow and clean up like this Iden team and get more points. And so maybe I can cheese a victory out of it by playing late. It's the only tactic I have left. The Plocron destroyed us. The Plo-ocron. Do you think it's worth buying the Lightspeed bundle after the 16th? You guys know I'm always behind on the news. What is it that's happening on the 16th? What's happening on the 16th? Great Mother's disabled protection, so Gas would have spent all this time sitting. My GAC looks like, well, if I win this fight, I win, and then after the 16th, Hyperdrive bundle will be $9.99 for a month. It's always worth buying Lightspeed bundles. I kind of don't understand the question, so I know that maybe I'm just misunderstanding it, but Lightspeed bundles are incredibly effective. And the Hyperdrive bundle, I mean, if the Hyperdrive bundle is that price, if they offer this thing for $10 and you haven't bought it, buy it. Absolutely buy it. This is worth $100. When they had it for $99, it was worth it. When they have it for $50, it's worth it. The only reason I don't buy it is because of my Loquitur account. I started it as a non-Hyperdrive bundle, and I'm never going to buy it. I'm literally never going to buy that bundle on the Loquitur account only because it's a non-hyperdrive account. And I have this stupid logic like, hey, I don't want to do it. Yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. But yeah, I don't want to buy the hyperdrive bundle for that reason. But if it was any account that you're playing to have a good account, buying the hyperdrive bundle for $10, click that button. All day, every day, if you got $10 to spend. Yeah, hyperdrive bundle for $9 is a good deal. I would definitely do that. All right, let's go into the Lex Talionis project here. Lex, do this. All right. Grand Arena, attack. I haven't even scouted. I have no idea what I'm in for. I assume 7 million galactic power. Oh, man, I love it when stuff like that happens. I was just going to say, I assume 7 million galactic power, and I opened it up, and it's 6.998. I should have said that a second sooner. Balawa is in my face. I think he is. Okay, and a lot of these accounts that we've seen that are 7 million are literally just like light speed bundles for days. And it looks like that might be the case with this player as well. Don't see any Galactic Legends up top here. Ships, Malevolence, Negotiator, no Profundity, Executor, Leviathan. So basically, I feel like he can't beat my fleet. So let's start out with that. He can't beat my fleet, and also he has no Galactic Legends. That's got to be a good sign for us. Let's look at stats here. How long has this player been playing? Galactic War Battles won 19,000, almost 5 years. It's like 4.5 years. Interesting. All right. We call these accounts collectors. They're people who aren't necessarily in it for the competitive spirit of the game. They're just having fun. Grievous. We have a Wampa for that. He has bounty hunters with Wampa. I believe we might have like Imperial Troopers for that. That team looks very susceptible to troopering. Oh, but we have Revan. Oh, but we have Revan with big relics. Oh, but when you have Jedi Knight Revan and relic levels this high, you can even have the worst mods in the world and no Datacron, and it's still a very hard team to beat. I think CLS beats this, though. So we don't have something else where we have to have our CLS. So I feel like if we come in here, punch Yoda with the big shoot first, kill him off to trigger the Savior, then kill him for real, then Bindo, and then just work our way through the rest of the team. Kenobi shouldn't be terribly effective in this team. Okay, so I think CLS here. I think that's the tool that we have in our toolbox that might get the job done. And that means we do have to trooper those booty hunters. This is good. Bunch of crit damage. We'll take it. One of the few teams we can use a Datacron on. The name of his guild says it all. Oh, did I miss reading his guild? We'll have to go back and take a look at the guild name. All right, target Grandmaster Yoda. Pop him with the... Perfect! Look at how well this plan is going already. Let's take that off of the Canobster. Go back after Yotter. Oh, so good! Working as intended, y'all. Beautiful. Shrug it off. Bindo. Kenobi next. So good. CLS, still one of the most flexible teams in the game. It's usable in Grand Arena, Conquest, Galactic Challenges, Territory Wars, Territory Battles. Every game mode you can think of, CLS can do some work. Good. All right, Geos. I think paper cuts. Shall we enable paper cuts? Let's do it. We'll add Vader so that we don't have just all paper cuts. We'll add some big hits to the paper cut team. All right. For anybody who doesn't know how this works, Mara Jade triggers a whole bunch of turn meter. Darth Vader kills Geos. Once we get them locked down with stuns, they should never get a turn. And we just, you know, spend 1,000 attacks getting them killed. But even Relic Geos are going to die to this series of 1,000 paper cuts. At least that's the plan. Okay. Dance around here. I'm going to try to put this on the soldier and then try to get Spy out of here. It's not the most efficient way to do this routine, but it gets one less Geo on the field. We have to kick the Brute first. I would love to give the turn to Mara Jade, but as we've seen before, if I don't kick the Brute, then he counterattacks Mara Jade, and that goes badly. Now that should have been some stuns right there, but we missed stuns. We got no stuns at all on characters that weren't already stunned, and that, folks, cost us 2 of our characters. If we'd have gotten a stun or 2, we would have been fine. Palpatine's leadership is still in effect, so we can still take advantage of that. You get a lot of turns with Vader. Pass the turn back to him. He should have Merciless Massacre up again. And then this should be good night for some Geos. Okay. Poggle out of here. Alright. I don't think a lone Sunfac is going to stand up to Vader. He's making an attempt, though. Let's do it in style. Merciless Massacre. Yeet. 151,000 seems good. Okay, cleared away to the back wall. Let's see what's back here. Is it a big surprise team? Is it something massive? It's 501st. Okay, so we've got Wampa and troopers that we can use up front. That leaves us with bounty hunter team, some Dash Rendar stuff. There's a couple different silly things that we could try, so we got a chance. We get a chance of clearing this bad boy. But troopers got to do really well. We've only got 1 relic trooper, and they have to clear a whole relic team. If they don't, we can try again with the Jedi, the Qui-Gon Jinn Jedi team, and try to make that happen. And then we may or may not get through the back wall, because that's pretty much what I've got for that back wall team, right? Got the Qui-Gon team. I've still got a bounty hunter team and stuff, though. I don't know. We got tools. We've got tools. We are not tools. We have tools. Okay. Got to do this to get some life back. That Droideka. Relic 6 Droideka, folks. Relic 6. 32 stacks. 32 damage over times. We just need him to take a turn here. Okay, we can get... Oh! Nice. Good job, Wampa. And now we're stuck behind him again. Okay. That's your turn, buddy. 44 damage over times. I don't think he gets to roll. We're just going to take him out anyway. Man! Reva's hitting hard right there. Killed him with the Womp, though. Who put the Womp in the Wampa Wampa Womp? Telling you what, I put the Womp in the Wampa. Relic 7 offense modded Wampa. Tearing through enemies like they're made out of tissue paper. Let's go. Alright. I can hear the music very faintly through a set of headphones that I have turned down very low. I just want to know that the music's playing on the stream. But every now and then I can hear it loud enough to kind of hear what's going on. There's some pretty decent tunes. Pretty decent jams. Or at least I think so. Alright, so Greedo has to go first. Greedo dies first so that we can get Trooper turn meter. We're actually going to put this on Wampa. If we leave Wampa to the last character, we will be doomed and also not able to clean it up. So we cannot leave Wampa till last. Alright, but we do have to get a kill to establish turn meter here. We're not getting it. Okay. We'll drain turn meter and do another mass assist on Greedo. That's really inefficient. That is really bad efficiency. Mandalorian. We're going to have to kill another character now to feed turn meter. We've only got a couple more troopers and the turn meter train is over. Okay. Okay. Reestablished. So we can do a hit on Wampa right now. Okay. We turned that into a kill. We can hit once on Bosk. And I think we should still be good with turn meter. Yes. Okay. Another hit on Bosk and then we'll switch over to Boba Fett. I think Bosk is low enough that we can mass assist on him and get a kill. Yes. One Relic Imperial Trooper team, folks. How good are the Imperial Troopers? I love this team. It's so good. It's so good for new players. For the investment of one relic, you can beat teams like that are 5 relic teams. That was probably like, what? 25 relic levels that he had sitting right there. And we beat it with a relic 5 Moff Gideon and a bunch of scrubs. Love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Is our 501st team actually faster than their 501st team? 293 on the Shock T. No, she's actually a fast character for him. Okay, so we're going to try the Jedi first. So let's take in the Quiggy. And I think I like Ahsoka here better. Alright, so let's see if we'll probably trigger the sacrifice with Anakin's hit. Because I don't think we're just going to kill 5s outright with this team. Wait, what? What? Okay. Okay, this is ridiculous. We've got Echo Rex, Arc Trooper, and not 5s. Okay. I revised my prediction. We're good to go. This is going to be easy times. No 5s? No chance. That's the way it works. Okay. Swing and a miss. We're swinging and missing right back. We're like, Shock T is very hard to hit. All right. 62 banners. Score. I've been continuously beating Jabba with this Mon Mothma team. I love Mon Mothma Luthen team. Pow and his Datacron is so good. They beat Leia, Lord Vader, Jabba. Love the team. What do they beat without the Datacron, though? So when the Powcron goes away, is that team still going to be legit? Or is that team really just a Powcron team? Not throwing shade, I'm just asking. Like, what what should people expect? I feel like it's just the HondoCron team because that massive massive damage thing is just crazy. All right, he has a team that's kind of like the one I use. It's just relic characters. So let's try to take in a couple respectable reinforcements. I'll save a bunch of my relic ships, and that way I can try to come in and clean it up later with my, like, garbage relics. I'm feeling pretty good about this, though, because we actually have a Malevolence, right? And this is certainly not a team that we would expect to do well with this TIE Silencer here in this opening lineup. Let's hit Ahsoka here, and then let's go on the Silencer and just try to kill that outright. Geos, Gear 12 Geos, tons of damage after all these years. Let's just do this one. Get a little Vulture Droid running around. What's up, Vulture Droid? Okay. He brings in a tank for tanking. We're going to put Vulture Droids on the tank with the intention of preventing tanking. I think Plo here. I just want to keep my Geo ships alive. So let's do that. It also would have been nice to bring in the other Vulture Droid and just kind of double down on Buzz Droids. But okay. Let's put this on him. For the simple reason that if he dies, we'll be able to summon another Buzz Droid back with our next ability. And well, looks like we're going to lose Sunfac anyway. I was hoping to keep Sunfac alive, but we'll do that. I mean, if we did a special ability, we wouldn't get a Vulture anyway, so that would be a bad deal. All right. There, our Vulture Droid got cleared off, and the Sunfac too. Blah. All right, Ahsoka. You're in my sights again. Oh, that was Spy, right? Oh my god. Ahsoka is just ridiculous, I tell you guys. Like, her damage on that middle skill, she's like doing nothing, and then she does that middle skill and like rips a capital ship in half with it. It's insanity. Okay. Cleansed my Buzzies again. Okay. One more turn. This Geo Soldier is the last real ship that we've got. I have to attack into this counterattack. That's not fun. Oh, come on. Unreasonable. All right, well, Razor Crest for the win. We'll come in again. We'll try to clean this up with our version of the, you know, show me your relic team. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Let's go. See if we can clean it up. They were beating Rey in Squad Arena. I don't know if they can do it in Grand Arena, but they should still beat Lord Vader, I think. Luthen should beat Lord Vader, you think? Wow. Let's say it beat Lord Vader. And let's say you could also make the team kill Queen Amidala. Where would you use it? Would you use it against Amidala, or would you use it against Vader? So I think if I could get a solution for that Queen Amidala team, I would be very happy to to have that problem solved without having to use a Galactic Legend. Because right now, that's like a guaranteed Bane or JMK. That's like the only things I have to deal with it. And if I lose it, that's it, I'm done. All right, let's try to get this out of here. I know the Razor Crest is like doing the share of the work here, but I can't. I mean, I got to kill Razor Crest twice. Okay, we can do this. We can get a hit on both of them. Heal up here. All right, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't die, Anakin. Don't die, buddy. Another basic here. Good. Okay, so the taunt is gone for now. I mean, Razor Crest doesn't care. Razor Crest is still going to kill him. But we live for another round. All right, Razor Crest. Oh, nice. Vader going crazy. It's a big hit there. That clears things, right? So my opponent still has to beat this Radish team. We've got a Radish team with a Datacron here. So with what he has in his account, this team could be a challenge for him. He's still got good stuff to beat it, but it could be a challenge. So maybe that'll hold. My Profundity is going to hold for sure, though. Right? I don't think this opponent can possibly beat my Profundity with what he's got. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Malevolence... Negotiator has chances, but you have to have the Marauder, right? Yeah, I don't think he can beat that with what he's got. The decoy makes Queen Amidala team what it is, because that decoy doesn't take any debuffs and is a perma taunt. That's what makes the team hard to handle. Exactly. No, I agree with you. I agree. Well, it's like three things together, right? The fact that the clone is there is a big deal. The fact that Queen Amidala can put her team in stealth so that the decoy is the only thing you can target for a couple rounds is huge. There's a couple teams that could get that dealt with, but you have to simultaneously have a method to ignore taunt and also be able to cleanse all of the buffs. So like a team with Revan, you have to find a way to clear all of those buffs off in order to be able to target Amidala in order to mark her and kill her. So there's teams like that even if you can ignore taunt, the taunt plus stealth. And then the third thing is that team does ridiculous damage. If you look at the characters, you read their kits, you look at how the characters play, like, I don't see how the damage stacks up as quickly as it does. But, and even like the area of effect, like Padawan Obi-Wan might do the area of effect, and it does almost nothing. And then you just get the right sequence of buffs and abilities used in a row, and then he takes his turn when he's got, crit chance up and offense up and all that stuff. And all of a sudden you see these like 280,000s flash up over your characters and everybody just dies. Like, so the team is, it has a sequence of sickening damage if you get the timing right on it. So it's those three things together. The decoy is a big deal. The fact that the team goes into stealth is very hard, at least for me. Like, I can think of things that might deal with the queen, but not things that can, get around the decoy and also deal with stealth, or live long enough that the stealth, like a Kenobi team, lives long enough that the stealth goes away, and then you can use Cat to kill Queen Amidala, right? But JMK has those three things: can survive the damage, can get around taunt, and can kill Queen Amidala around the decoy. Yeah. Malevolence can beat Profundity? What? What version of Malevolence beats Profundity? I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I don't feel like I've seen a counter with Malevolence that beats Profundity. Is it like a special reinforcement that you bring in, or is there just some sequence that I'm not aware of? I'm curious now. Malevolence can beat Profundity, huh? Well, I choose to believe that he can't beat my Profundity. Way back when in Dungeons and Dragons, when there was illusion spells, like that was the standard way. If you thought something was an illusion, you would have to take your turn and tell the dungeon master that you choose to disbelieve, and then see if the illusion goes away. We were in a module at a convention, and these modules were very hard. They were overtuned modules. You really had to be able to play your characters well, and people party wiped in these modules quite a bit. So it's a hard module, and we get to this like small dragon, and one of the people in the group, like his turn was critical. He needed to bless the party or heal, or I don't remember what it was, and he's like, I choose to disbelieve, and we're all like, no, bro, no. And of course he disbelieved, and nothing happened, and then we all got smoked. Man, that is like, just because that turn was so important. I choose to disbelieve. Why Not says, I don't remember, but I think it involves the TIE bomber, and it's risky. Okay, I can accept that, because a TIE bomber really does put the Profundity in its place. Right? That's one of the reasons why I farmed this ship. Like, I didn't go after Executor, but I went after the Imperial TIE Bomber right away. We've been farming that. Just because that fire is ridiculous, right? This burning on enemies, and then with rebels, while they're on fire, they have minus 25% offense, doubled for light side, and rebels can't attack out of turn while they're burning. So bringing that in, putting burning on everything, and then doing the second turn where you actually do this ability and put burning on everything again. When I do a Profundity versus Profundity counter, that's what I always do. I bring this ship in as the first reinforcement, and then it's just a done deal. Like, if I have Profundity and he has Profundity and this is my first reinforcement, 100% win rate. Well, I won't say 100. 99 point, a lot of nines. I guess there's always a chance that things go wrong. But yeah, this thing destroys Profundity. Putting rebels on fire is so much fun. All right, y'all. That's going to be it for me for tonight. Let's wrap this stream up. We will say goodnight. And I don't know. I think Loquitur may have chances. I don't know if my opponent will stumble against my defenses, but maybe. I'll give it a 40% chance that we can pull that off. 60% chance that my opponent just walks through my entire defense and wins. But yeah, I definitely give him the favored chances. So yeah, I think Loquitur's a loss, and I think Lex is going to be a win. So overall, not a bad night. All right. We got Kenobi Blue. Hi, DL. I've been watching your mod mastery series. Questions is, how do you know where you left off with a mod for slicing it? I hope this makes sense. Thanks. So if you've watched my mod mastery series, I guess I'm going to continue to stream. If you've watched the mastery series, the last one, number 6 in the series, has all my slicing stuff in it. So, for example, if I slice a mod up, I typically want to finish it while I'm touching it. Doing mods once a week, when I first started doing my updates once a week, it drove me crazy. Like waiting 7 days to upgrade a character, right? But over time, I love it now. I absolutely love it, because I come in here and I work on mods once every 7 days, and when I touch a mod, I will typically take it all the way to the point where I want to finish it. But there's a few filters in there, like the BNA slicing filter. That filter is meant so that you see all the mods on every character that's worth slicing. So if you use this as your slicing filter, even mods that you started and didn't finish are going to show up in here. So if you're like, I wonder if I've got any like 16 speed mods on 3 rolls, you can come in here and see, oh, hey, look, here's one. It's a 15 speed mod on 3 rolls, and maybe I want to 6 dot that and keep trying at it. So the filters are set up so that even if you don't finish a mod when you're working on it, the next time you go back to your filters, either for the like the purple and the purple and gold, or for the blue and the green, these filters should take you to a screen that you will always be able to see which mods are there for you to work on. And then you just have to kind of go through and pick the best one. Like this is a protection main stat mod. It has 10 speed. The 10 speed means this is worth trying to take to purple, but this protection main stat is just undesirable. So I just park it there at 10 speed, and if I use it on a character someday, then I'll work on it then. So that's it. You either finish the mod when you're working on it, use the slicing filter so that you're looking at the best mods for slicing, or you just work on it again when you put it on a character, if it's just in your inventory. Hope that all makes sense. All right, now I'm really leaving. Thank you all for watching. Appreciate each and every one of you. Please hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my stuff in the future. Hit the notification bell so you know when I'm doing these live streams. You can hang out, ask me questions, get me telling stories, and I'll entertain you with those as well as doing some grand arenas. And, you know, we'll have a bunch of fun along the way. There's a link to the Discord up above and down below. We got a nice Discord channel. It's a pretty safe place for people to talk about the game. There's an Ask Loquitur channel. You can ask questions for me directly, and I'll answer them when I get the chance. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next HondoCron.